The competition is heating up at the National Peanut Festival Fairgrounds. News 4's Katie Ring shows us how one sweet tradition continues to rise year after year.
A slice of sweet tradition. The National Peanut Festival welcomed bakers of all levels for its annual recipe competition. Sugar and peanuts filled the air as contestants carried in their creations. 166 students and adults entered this year, each hoping to take home the top prize, a blue ribbon.
I'm a little nervous. I've seen a lot of good things on my way in. I don't know. I'm hopeful that I'll place.
Erin made peanut pie pudding, peanuts being the star of her dish. Contestants brought pies, cakes, boiled peanuts, and more. Professional foodies judged 7 categories of sweet treats. Judges were looking for flavor, creativity, and of course,
we're looking for all things peanut. This is the National Peanut Festival.
For Boyd Atterbury, it's more than just a blue ribbon. He took first place in the adult competition while sharing the spotlight with his 3 kids.
The last 3 days, our kitchen's kind of been crazy, trying to plan out what everybody wanted to make, but it's been worth it just seeing the happiness on my kids' faces, and hopefully something that we can pass down to them.
While some families are just beginning to create baking memories, others have been doing this for generations. Kathy Adam Phillips was judging the same competition her mother won in 1966, proving that the love of food runs deep.
Mom was the only one that actually won. I made a peanut butter jelly roll and entered it in the miscellaneous and won first prize and $50 to go with it. I was thrilled.
Not much has changed since 1966. All bakers left the competition with the same feeling Nancy did over 50 years ago. In Dothan, Katie Ring, your hometown news leader.
The overall winner in the student category is Abby Dean, who served up fried pickle boiled peanuts. This year's categories included candy, pies, cakes, cupcakes, boiled peanuts, cookies, and miscellaneous.